Italy playing in white shirts tonight, away colours. Normally, of course, it's blue. And Ireland attacking Hill 16 in the first half. At the request of Buffon. Full time in Cyprus, as we told you, 4-1. Cyprus have meant that Bulgaria can't catch Ireland by beating Bulgaria 4-1. And so this is all about who's going to finish top of the group. Kevin Kilban on the ball. Keane has just got himself offside. A free kick to Italy.
Yeah, I just wonder whether he'll have to cope with that kind of longer route forward tonight. Kilban looking for the early one in and just delayed it long enough to allow, unfortunately, Robbie Keane to drift off.
Yeah, Quinta couldn't quite get there. This is De Rossi, helped on by Palombo. Pirlo, oh, what a good ball, almost what turned out to be. O'Shea really read that well. Liam Lawrence. The ball was from Pirlo, of course. We know how penetrating a player he can be. It was a brilliant pass, but wonderfully intercepted by John O'Shea.
It was. Pirlo just got there first and basically just toe poked it, and John O'Shea was on his toes. He read it very early. That allowed him to get there.
Cameronese, dragged back by Andrews. And the intervention of McGeady meant that he lost possession. Robbie Keane has come deep. It was De Rossi falling over. It's Kilban. Andrews, Kilban again. And Robbie Keane just beaten to it there by Legratalia. And finally the challenge by Kevin Kilban, and it's out for a throw to Italy. Throw to come from Zambrotta. That's Andrews got in there first. De Rossi. This is Lawrence now. First competitive start. Sean St. Ledger. Sixth cap for him. And then Kilban. Struck long. Cut out by Chiellini. Challenge there was by Lawrence. And a free kick.
Yeah, he's tucked right in. I think had the ball made its way through to Doyle there, I think he would have been flagged off as well. To be honest with you, he's trying to protect the ball, isn't he, Palumbo? And I don't think Lawrence did an awful lot wrong then.
Norwegian referee gave the free kick. It's now De Rossi on the ball. De Rossi, one of two players of the Italian team who are winning their 50th caps tonight. Cameronese is the other, and this is Kevin Doyle taking on Chiellini. Lawrence finding Glenn Whelan. First touch of the ball for him. Andrews. Robbie Keane. McGeady's free on the left. He's gone back for Kevin Kilban. Keane, McGeady, back for Kilban once more, and McGeady. I just seemed to get a little confused about what was the best option there.
No shame, but I mean, individually, I'm hoping he can provide some spark tonight. Obviously, Damien Duff not being there is a blow, because he can always deliver, like he did in Cyprus with the cross for Robbie Keane to win it. Hopefully, McGeady can do likewise at some stage this evening.
Chiellini. Rosso hugging the touchline there. He's gone the long route, and surely Quinta's offside, and indeed he is. Vincenzo Iaquinta, who scored the opening goal in Bari on the 1st of April after the Italians had had a man sent off. But of course that was a night illuminated by a late equaliser by Robbie Keane. Shea Given with this, straight down the middle towards Doyle. A little touch on it there, in goes Zambrotta. It's Lawrence to guide it down to Andrews, stepped away nicely from the challenge by Di Natale. O'Shea looking for the run of Doyle, Chiellini with him, and out of the middle comes Legratalia, but he's given it away. Lawrence, oh, he got it back again, Legratalia. And now Palombo. Grosso, and a foul by Richard Dunn.
Yeah, that was just a little rash, and I think the referee, I don't think we're going to see yellow as yet, but I think anything like that again, then Richard Dunn will be in trouble. It's just a stern talking to, and there's no surprise in that. He had no real chance of getting it, Richard Dunn. I'm surprised that that he kind of went through his man, although he did make the most of it, didn't he, Quinta?
He followed him all the way into the Italian half.
But it was nice to see a little examination of the two centre-backs. Obviously Cannavaro, the skipper, you know, he's not present tonight. And he's been the mainstay of the side again. Have only given 3 goals away in the campaign. So you'd like to see those two examined.
And of course, if they do find a way past the 2 centre halves, that magnificent goalkeeper is behind them.
By the way, there's another world-class keeper at the other end.
Oh yeah.
I think the point's been made tonight.
That's towards Quinta. St. Ledger saw him off and has won the goal kick.
That'll be a tough job. Anything that's played into the lone striker, Quinta, up against Dunn and St. Ledger, it's going to be difficult for him.
Well, this team has had an encouraging start. It's fascinating in Bari to watch the tactical nuances of the 2 wily old Italian managers, and we no doubt we'll see something similar throughout the course of the evening here.
Well, that's right. After the sending off Pezzini that night, Lippi felt that Pirlo was the one that would make way, and he did so, and he got Palumbo in that night.
This is Kevin Doyle against Chiellini, and the assistant saw nothing wrong with the challenge, but has awarded the throw to Ireland.
I think that's going to be on for Ireland most of the evening, and Doyle has that kind of mobility, because Grosso does like to push on, does like to get forward, and there's often a space down in that left side, so I think Doyle can exploit that to a certain extent.
So they dart here and there, and finally John O'Shea throws it to Liam Lawrence. O'Shea once more, hoisted towards the middle, retrieved by McGeady, Kilban, Glenn Whelan. Well, it's about keeping possession when the Italians had pressed up like that, and they still have it. Richard Dunn, Lawrence and O'Shea. He's been very busy, Liam Lawrence, so far. We've seen a lot of the action. He's been in all the crucial areas in his part of the pitch. Doyle helping it on there. It's De Rossi who intercepts, but gives it straight to Andrews. Lawrence back to O'Shea. And Keith Andrews once again. And this is for the run of Keane, who's onside this time. Out of the middle there, Gratalia who fouls him.
I think this is very clever, because Liam Lawrence is just drifting a little deep, and he's bringing Grosso with him every time, and because of that there is a lot of space into that corner, which Ireland are now trying to just get into. And Kevin Doyle was in there before, and this time Robbie Keane's controlled it well. It's a bit reckless, isn't it, from the centre back?
Robbie Keane be happy enough with it.
Very.
So he can now take up a position in the middle. Dunn's up from the back. Doyle's in there, O'Shea's in there adding height. Robbie Keane's on the 6-yard line. Liam Lawrence will take the free kick. Pulled back here. There's the goal! Glenn Whelan! 7 minutes. Not the first time we've seen him do that. Glenn Whelan began this campaign in Mainz with a goal just like that against Georgia, and he's done it again.
Well, remembering that night in Mainz, the goalkeeper had a shocker. Laurie, I think, was the Georgian goalkeeper's name. But listen, any keeper's not going to get to that one. I just love the imagination on it. Everybody's expecting the ball to come in, including Buffon. It's pulled short, and Italy just didn't even react to it. They hadn't a clue what was going on. He's come onto it beautifully. I'm thinking would have been bounced into him, it's going to be difficult to control. But how well does Glenn Whelan connect with this? Goalkeeper has absolutely no chance. World class or not, what a start. And another early goal in this group.
Oh yes, what a return for Glenn Whelan. 2 goals he's scored in this campaign, and they've been one as good as the other. Brilliant. Ireland 1, Italy 0. And there's Whelan biting in with a challenge to win the ball back. Forward towards Doyle. What was that you were saying about Italy not conceding too many?
Yeah. But they were completely undone by the cleverness of it. They had no idea. I mean, I think it was Whelan's kind of duty just to look as if he's not involved in this, disinterested, and just to come onto it and see what he can do. And he had all the time in the world to hit it. Nobody's been able to get to him. Clever, but watch, it's bouncing into him, George. So they're not always easy to control and get over. But he connects magnificently with it. And that's just a stunning goal. I think he'll be getting that out once or twice over the years to come.
A goal made in Stoke-on-Trent.
And listen, it's all the more pleasing when that's straight off the training ground now. When you've worked on something like that and then you execute it when it matters. Wonderful.
The push there by Legratalia on Kevin Doyle. Here's another wide free kick.
Is that a nervy start for me, Legratalia?
Well, he's the player in for Cannavaro who's suspended. 129 caps Cannavaro has. They would miss a player like that. What's it to be this time? Again, it's Liam Lawrence over the ball.
I have a feeling they're going to have somebody patrolling the edge of the box this time.
They have Di Natale out there.
Yeah.
Lawrence to swing it in this time. It's off an Italian head. Buffon comes, Buffon punches, and it's not. Oh, it's away now. Camoranesi. Nervy moments in front of the Italian goal. Back again by St. Ledger. And they've missed it again. Richard Dunn goes in, but there was an offside flag. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Yeah,
Kevin Doyle trying to get back on side. But yeah, nervy again. I think Buffon was just glad to get anything on it, because it wasn't easy for him. But what a delivery again from Liam Lawrence. Wonderful ball in that made it difficult for Italy.
Italy's 9th game in Group 8. They've conceded 4 goals, and 2 of them have come from Ireland. From one man, Glenn Whelan. And from the other, Robbie Keane. Irish throw. They couldn't have asked for a better start. 10 minutes gone.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's been the problem, I think, when you go back to 1 or 2 of the earlier games in the campaign, then score early and then kind of retreat, think, well, what do we do from here? Hopefully the lessons have been learned.
That's Keane on for Lawrence. O'Shea in support behind him. The run by Robbie Keane. He got in behind Chiellini, but Chiellini held him off. Now it's Grosso. And Grosso's put it out. Lawrence against Grosso. And he's forced another throw. Robbie Keane. Taken from him by Chiellini. It's Grosso. And Pirlo, very deep and very wide to get some possession to try and start something up for Italy. He dived, surely.
That's the thing with Pirlo. He doesn't like it up him. You know, he's a wonderful passer, but he doesn't like to be closed down. And it's good to see Ireland getting around him. And then he's kind of made the most of that.
Camoranesi. Opportunity for Palombo. It's come back to Palombo again. Helped on to Grosso. Lawrence is there. Grosso favours the left foot, so the cross was prevented. Pirlo dispossessed by Whelan, but it's back once again. Di Natale denied by O'Shea. It's Chiellini. Palombo. And Chiellini. Looking for Camoranesi, helped on there. Cleared away by St. Ledger. And the Croke Park crowd is really enjoying this, is really involving itself, cheering every Irish success. This is the best atmosphere I think we've had at a soccer international in Croke Park. There's so much at stake.
Comfortably, I would agree. And the good thing about it was, I mean, Ireland have got the first goal. We were dreading the Italians getting it tonight because it's such a big positive, this atmosphere. You didn't want it been turned into a negative.
Brilliant by Andrews, and on for brilliance by Keane. And now it's McGeady. Aidan McGeady. Still it's McGeady. Rolled on then for Whelan. And Whelan in turn for Lawrence, who kept himself onside. Lawrence blocked by Grosso.
He had a little short one on for Doyle. Could have picked him out. He was free.
Lawrence with the cross towards Keane. It's cut out though by Legratalia, but he's played it straight to O'Shea. Lawrence. Kevin Doyle. Chiellini just did enough. And the assistance is from Palombo. And then it's Grosso under pressure. Well, pressure in the final third is quite remarkable.
Great work rate.
Grosso. Iaquinta. De Rossi. That is not characteristic of the Roma midfield man.
Yeah, it was intended for Zambrotta. He didn't look too happy about it. I don't think Senior Lippi is either.
Doesn't lose too often. Oh, Whelan, but his foot was just too high. Now this is going to be an interesting statistic that we offer you. where the game has taken place. Look at that. Ireland should be Ireland have had the better of things, despite what came on the screen there. And the evidence of your eyes would suggest it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it.
A free kick for this, quite rightly awarded. De Rossi, the guilty party. It's been a wonderful start to what we hope will be a wonderful evening. Grosso. That's Iaquinta. Forward by St. Ledger. It's Chiellini now. And back to Buffon. Now, what Italy want to do is get the ball down and play it around a bit. Because they really, I don't know, they really are playing in a most un-Italian way. Maybe that's how they're being allowed to play. Chiellini. Lay up by Di Natale. Palombo. De Rossi. Palombo.
One of Grosso's trademark runs down the left was again matched by Lawrence, so the message has gotten through to him big time.
De Rossi. Palombo. Di Natale. Looking for Iaquinta. That was a shout from Shea Gibbons in. Leave that to me.
Do you know, Grosso did get him behind that time in the end. I think Lawrence passed him on to O'Shea, but I think he could have been slipped in around the back. It was on.
Chiellini was fouling Doyle. Kevin Doyle was off the pitch for a brief moment, but it was nothing worse than a loose shin guard. There's no cause for concern. Everything's all right again. Interesting to see, all the free kicks are being taken by Liam Lawrence. Richard Dunn is forward to join in the fun and frolics on the edge of the Italian penalty area. Lawrence with the delivery towards O'Shea, met by the head of De Rossi, back again by Whelan. Dunn helping it on. Chiellini away only as far as O'Shea, and then Dunn, and now Andrews over the head of Keane. It's come to McGeady though. There's still men in the middle. Aidan McGeady trying to hoist it towards the back post, but too high. Shame.
I'd like to have seen him strike it. And I mean, as with Andrews, just a moment or so before that, I think he had just a second when he could have hit it. Once he cuts inside, I think he gets in a good position. Just fire one in low. You might just get lucky, a little deflection. And just there's the cross from Andrews, which found McGeady, but he just had a little moment of space and time, and he could have fired one away too.
And look at what Kevin Kilban has done. He made sure he shouted to McGeady, leave it to me, and he sent the header right up into the corner, so Italy are penned right back again. Camoranesi. That's Zambrotta. Pirlo putting the pressure on St. Ledger. The ball's gone out for an Irish throw.
Looked as if it came off his arm. Not sure he intended it, but it was up.
Oh, that was a loose one from Whelan. Pirlo onto it now. Iaquinta runs ahead. That's for Iaquinta. Richard Dunn with him. Back it goes to Pirlo. And now De Rossi. And Kevin Doyle finds it from behind. And this is a position of danger created by a bit of sloppy play by the goal scorer.
Yeah, it was. It was just a little attempted knock back from the throw-in. Left it short. Pirlo was in. And I mean, I think when the challenge comes in from Doyle, it's kind of, he was always going to make the most. Now, there's a dive in that, but there was a little bit of contact.
The wall is not quite what Shea Given wants at the moment. And we've got Grosso here, who can barely tank the shots. He scored the winning penalty in the World Cup final
is a three-man wall enough?
I think Shea asked for 4, and there are only 3. Grosso and Pirlo are preparing. Grosso shaping to send off one of those left-footed blockbusters of his, or Pirlo can curl it the other way. It's Grosso, and the wall has done its job, and John O'Shea's miskicked it, but got it away at the second attempt. Italian throw being left to Grosso to send it long. Or maybe not then. Shorter one to Di Natale. Grosso. And a shout from Richard Dunn. My ball. And he cleared it well. And they can move forward and try and put the pressure on again. Lega Italia. And Camoranesi. Clever ball over the top. Cut out by St. Ledger. And Kilban just failed to keep it in play.
Well, he's been much more forward-thinking, De Rossi. He was the one that tried to get in behind St. Ledger then. I mean, we've seen 2 or 3 of those little runs from him now.
Camoranesi. Put out by McGeady. Camoranesi slipped one through there, but nobody's had the idea to take on the run. It was a pass to nobody.
I don't know what he thought he saw there, Camoranesi. Needed to hold on to it.
Obviously the instruction is to keep it in the Italian half as much as possible. There's a little push there, and Liam Lawrence made sure the referee saw it from Palumbo.
Yeah, I think there's been a good kind of structure to Ireland when we've had to defend as well, the 2 lines. It's making it harder for Italy to find that little kind of penetrating ball, more incisive pass.
So this free kick has given Ireland the opportunity to regroup. Andrews takes it, not Lawrence this time, just too high for Dunn, and away for a goal kick to Gianluigi Buffon. Half of the first half has gone. How's he feeling? He'll be very happy, I'd imagine, underneath it all.
Yeah, it doesn't look any different, but I think that will be the way until the final whistle.
Zambrotta, Camoranesi, fouled by Kilban.
It's just a little gesture from Camoranesi as well about why don't you yellow card him for that. He just pulls him, which he just drops the shoulder. It's pretty blatant. I mean, in another circumstance, he could well have seen yellow for it.
It's Grosso. Pirlo, nicely laid off for De Rossi. De Rossi looking for Grosso, but Lawrence had tracked him back. And that's Andrews getting it away, but Chiellini was in the way. Pirlo. Over Lawrence for Grosso. What a great ball that was. Iaquinta's in the middle. Lawrence has sold himself, but still Grosso. Grosso up. De Rossi missed his kick. That was a great opportunity for Italy, fashioned by Grosso. Now it's McGeady past the challenge of, who was it? Di Natale, still McGeady. Stopped in the end by Palumbo.
He's looking for a free kick. Say he was knocked off balance, McGeady. Not for me. It was a bit of a let-off for Ireland there. Still wasn't going to be an easy chance for De Rossi, but just behind him. But Lawrence cannot allow that to happen.
Pirlo. De Rossi. Palumbo. And Chiellini. It's Camoranesi. Pass McGeady, faced by Andrews. Played on there for Palumbo. Struck St. Ledger. Robbie Keane saying he was being impeded. I think he's also suggesting they shouldn't have hit it long when there was nobody there, because they've just given the ball straight back to the Italians.
I'm not sure he's going to get that much joy, Robbie Keane. You're playing against an Italian defence, you're going to get that sort of pulling and buffeting. He's going to have to get on with it.
Lega Italia. Zambrotta, Iaquinta. Camoranesi, Zambrotta. First chance for him to get forward. Camoranesi out of the wing. Zambrotta continues the run. Camoranesi with the cross. Headed away not too convincingly. Grosso! Straight at Shay Given.
That's top-class goalkeeping. I mean, how's he held on to that, Shay Given? Because there was a lot of venom in that shot from Grosso. He caught it beautifully. Shay Given has done very, very well not to spill it. I mean, it's not easy when it's coming out of the sky and you've got to wait for it, but he catches it plumb. Little bounce in front. That's a lovely take from Shay Given. And a little run earlier. Look at Lawrence. Look, just goes asleep a little bit. Now he's gone. Pirlo, lovely ball. He's in behind. Then Lawrence thinks, I'm going to get back at him. Lovely bit of skill. Luckily, De Rossi was just a little in front of the cross.
Meanwhile, Iaquinta's made a nuisance of himself in the Irish penalty area, and the first corner of the game comes in the 26th minute, and it's to Italy.
I think it was important for Italy just to make sure that they didn't concede a quick second after Whelan struck. Now they're coming into the game much more.
Corner coming from Pirlo, beautiful swing on it. Oh, sir, it's there. It's Camoranesi. Italy are level. For the fourth time in the group, Ireland have surrendered the lead.
Well, I'm just looking at there's an inquest. John O'Shea is having a word with Keith Andrews. Shay Given did his utmost, but I don't think there's anything he could do. You know, he's taken up a position a little deeper. It's come near post. Got a hand to it, but might have already been over the line. Who is it that's let him go? He's just stayed in his position all along, you know, Camoranesi, and nobody's picked him up. O'Shea's got somebody else, and I think he's having a pop at Andrews, but between them they just left that little space and he's come on to. It's a very, very good header from him.
So Mauro Camoranesi of Juventus celebrates his 50th international appearance with his 5th international goal. And it's happened again. They lost the lead at home to Bulgaria. They lost the lead away to Bulgaria. And they lost the lead away to Cyprus, but came back from that to win it 2-1. Just adds to the plot here, doesn't it? Keane laying it off to Lawrence. Back for Whelan. And out off Palombo, it's a throw to Ireland.
But there's an in there on that side all the time, George, because, you know, if Grosso's not there, Chiellini or one of the centre-backs is dragged out, and they just get caught a little lopsided, Italy.
Chiellini and Grosso between them, clearing it. It's Iaquinta. And the foul there by Richard Dunn.
He's a stumble more than anything else.
Chiellini. Offside. Offside against Iaquinta. Bit of shocked silence among the Irish fans, the Italians being heard above them. Kevin Doyle, Robbie Keane. Oh, lovely back heel. Nobody in the middle now. McGeady's arriving. Lawrence's cross. Oh, defended by Zambrotta, but Ireland now have a corner.
I mean, could Ireland have got more players in the box to give him an option, Liam Lawrence? Because once he's got in position, he's had a little look. What can I pick out? Were Ireland a little slow in reacting? McGeady's had a go. Doyle maybe could have tried a little harder.
McGeady's going to take the corner. Poor delivery, met at the near post by Zambrotta. McGeady away from Di Natale. McGeady for Doyle. Doyle stopped by a good tackle by De Rossi, but an interception there by Andrews, and now it's McGeady again to take on Zambrotta, who's pulling at him. McGeady's beaten him. McGeady with the cross, headed away though by Leclertalia. Di Natale and Pirlo working his socks off. Look where he is now, and he's run the ball out of play.
Yeah, just tried a little piece of skill to keep it in and got himself in a muddle.
Irish throw. Kevin Kilban will take it. Keane is darting all over the place for him, and finally that's the ball he chooses. But Legratalia got there. It's Chiellini now up in the air. Pirlo against Kilban, and that'll be an Irish throw again. And Kilban quickly takes it for Doyle. And De Rossi, corner.
Yeah, almost did well, De Rossi. Got a little nick away with his left, but too much on it. There's a short one on here, and Lawrence hasn't looked up. There's 2-on-1. Should have been played.
Well, he's got to take the long one. His delivery's been pretty good so far. Buffon, though, commanding in his area. But nobody for him to release it to. The whole Italian team was back defending.
Yeah, but you wonder, kind of following on from that, whether we'll still see an ambition about Italy, because I'm sure this is a result they would have taken before kick-off. The point will suffice for them. They'd love to go home with this.
A point takes them to South Africa.
Yeah. And just, you know, the annoying thing about it, he's only a little fella, you know, and he gets in front post, and look, he's not picked up at all. I just haven't seen it again. I mean, did Shea just get caught a little off balance? And, you know, maybe if he was better balanced, he might have actually got it away, scooped it away.
It's a bad goal to give away, though, isn't it?
Yeah, terrible. That's a real soft one.
So here we are, half an hour, 1-1 in Croke Park. Chiellini. Whelan. Back to Grosso. Grosso. Camoranesi. Andrews cracking back. And no foul. The referee was right there. He said, no chance, mate.
He's right. There was only a slight touch, and Camoranesi stopped.
Kilban. Doyle running. Legratalia running. Buffon out of his area. And right out to the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah, and for a moment, it just looked as if he'd misjudged it.
Offside flags up. Iaquinta. Too far forward. Andrews. Whelan. John O'Shea. Chiellini for Grosso. And the tackle from behind by Glenn Wheeler. That's going to be a yellow card for the challenge on Palombo, and that puts him out of the game against Montenegro on Wednesday.
Yeah, and now he's just got to be careful, because that was silly. That's a clumsy one to pick up. There's no real danger, you know, you're well into the opposition half. He doesn't need to dive in on Palombo like that.
Well, this has been a headline-making night for Glenn Whelan, but he won't play against Montenegro on Wednesday. Camoranesi. Now it's Zambrotta. Maybe an interesting selection dilemma for Giovanni Trapattoni on Wednesday, because Whelan and Andrews have been his preferred central midfield partnership. Who does he bring in?
Yeah, well, I suppose we'll speak about that in more detail on Wednesday. I don't think he'll be concerned about that at the moment. Just make sure that Whelan behaves himself from now on and sees this through first.
Indeed, but the concern is there, of course, that Darren Gibson is out injured, so
yeah,
it won't be the first choice replacement, that's for sure. Pirlo. Shea Givens come out to make sure. Legratalia. And Pirlo helping it forward towards Iaquinta. And Sean St. Ledger, got himself in a bit of a mix-up there. And John O'Shea, well done, keeping it in play. A little bit of immaturity and inexperience there on the part of Sean St. Ledger.
Yeah, he did okay in the end. I mean, Shea Given and he have just kind of had a little gesture to each other to say it's all okay. He just stubbed his attempted pass for a moment. He just seemed to kick the ground first.
It was the turn into the danger zone that was perhaps what might have been better advised to go the other way.
Yeah, well, Shea was a bit unsure as to his intention for a while.
Anyway, all's well that ends well. De Rossi. Pirlo. Camoranesi. Pirlo. Zambrotta just away from Robbie Keane. And Chiellini. Palombo. De Natale. Palombo. De Natale. On for Grosso. And Lawrence has cracked the run this time. And Lawrence did that well.
Yeah. Well, I think he knows by now. And he's looking a bit red-faced, Lawrence, as well, as if it's taken it out of him a little bit. But that was well done. And, you know, I mean, he could easily have played it, but, you know, he's done enough to make sure he saw it out. Well done.
Long from Lawrence towards Doyle. Chiellini got the better of him. Grosso. Looking for Iaquinta. Richard Dunn with a touch there. De Natale's come onto it, and St. Ledger's there. Got it away, and Whelan comes to the rescue. Did well there. And now it's Kilban.
Well, I think St. Ledger thought that Shay Given would come for that originally, and he kind of partially stopped.
O'Shea. Lawrence did well to bring that under control. He was off balance when it arrived. Whelan and Andrews. Doyle, Andrews. Robbie Keane will run. Legratalia's there. Back to Buffon, who cannot pick it up, but he's dispatched it swiftly. Camoranesi, Zambrotta. Iaquinta. Camoranesi. Offside? No. De Rossi. In the middle, Di Natale. Towards the back to Pirlo, but O'Shea got the touch on it to take it away from him. Simpler ball would appear to be the one to the near post to Di Natale, but there you go.
Yeah, lovely football. And I mean, John O'Shea was the one kind of looking across the line. There was no hand up when De Rossi made the forward run.
Doyle. It's come to Whelan. It's on towards Keane.
Got to get McGeady in, George. McGeady's not seen enough of it. It's too quiet for him. Let him have a run.
Keane was caught there by De Rossi, but the referee played advantage. Here's McGeady on the ball now. Into the middle towards Keane. Oh, that was an important interception by Grosso. And now De Rossi. Palombo. Di Natale. Iaquinta's offside this time.
Yeah, and that's a few times. It's clumsy from him. He should be learning by now just to kind of hold it a little bit, because St. Ledger and Dunn are just kind of stepping, holding their line and just letting him go all the time. It's only slightly out, but that's been about 3 or 4 times he's been caught.
Just note the kickoff time on Wednesday night is earlier than usual to make sure that all the matches are played simultaneously. It's 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock kickoff in Croke Park on Wednesday night for the Montenegro game. Tigro. Lawrence on now. Whelan and Doyle. It's Pirlo. Iaquinta holding off Whelan. And he got back at him well, and Kilban has taken over. Now space on the right for Kevin Doyle, but Kilban's going to go on a run. 2 old geezers together, Zambrotta and Kilban. And after all that...
Yeah, Zambrotta's just gotten away, and then he's bought the free kick in the end. But it was a difficult ball on, but there was a ball on for the right side for Kevin Doyle, but not easy. And Ireland are just struggling to get out in any sort of numbers at the moment.
That was an interesting little cameo. 64 years, they're both 32, and 190 caps between them, and they're involved in a foot race. Chiellini. Pirlo stepping over it. Di Natale with the layoff. Pirlo. Pirlo once more. It's Grosso, and he's won the corner off O'Shea.
I think he was looking for it in the end because there was no real attempt to curl it round John O'Shea. I think Grosso was happy to play it off him and take the corner.
Chiellini has come up from the back. Kevin Kilban is aware of his presence.
I'm just looking at Camoranesi. This time he's drifted outside the box. Will we see the run again near post? No.
Pirlo swinging it in. Given holds his ground. It was Legratalia who had the header, but it went wide.
Yeah, it just sneaked around the back of John O'Shea. I think the angle was a little against him. In the end, by the time he got there, floated far post this time instead of near. Difficult header, isn't it? I mean, if he can steer it on target, he hasn't really got the power in it. Legratalia.
Kevin Kilban playing straight to Grosso. 5 minutes or so to half time. It's now Palombo. Yeah, Quinta's onside this time. Richard Dunn out there with him. Palombo. De Rossi. Oh, De Rossi opening its space for a shot, perhaps. Closed down by Whelan. Opting instead for Camoranesi. Interception by Kilban.
After such a promising start and the whole buzz about it, and great goal from Glenn Whelan, Ireland have slowly kind of retreated back. And once Italy got their goal for a while, they seem to be content with it. But they're coming on strong again now. I think Italy should take a chance and get a shot in from range. Ireland are sitting off them so much, it's on.
Camoranesi made the cross well, but the cross that he made was not good. Just to put into perspective what's been going on here this evening, while we've got a 1-1 in Croke Park and Cyprus have beaten Bulgaria to end their interest in it, Montenegro's victory over Georgia means that the results against Georgia will be expunged, with Ireland finishing in second place. So that's 6 points out the window in the shake-up for who's best second. Camoranesi. Zambrotta's cross, nobody there for Italy.
It's good movement, and at times it's just been that for Italy. That last little pass, they've been close 2 or 3 times, but they're getting in behind on the flanks.
Whelan for Lawrence. And a foul by Legratalia on Kevin Doyle.
Again, it's not the most composed, is it, from the centre-back? You know, he had a tricky start to the game, didn't look too clever. I mean, what kind of a tackle is that? He's leading with the wrong leg to begin with.
And he plays for Juventus.
Yeah, quite a few of them do.
6 in this team.
Yeah,
from the goalkeeper out. Cannavaro's suspended. He's a Juventus player too. But the back 4 is 1 Milanese and 3 Juventus, and the goalkeeper's Juventus. The cheer goes up because it's a Lawrence free kick. Richard Dunn up. I think the header was Doyle's in the end. It's gone behind anyway.
Yeah, but he's almost on the edge of the box and trying to flick it on, generate the power and the accuracy from that range. Very, very hard.
Interested spectator. Damien Duff, of course, injured and not able to perform. Alongside him, Stephen Kelly, sending a progress report on his mobile. This is Robbie Keane. Hayden McGeady. Keane gets out of his way. Oh, did well. Still McGeady. Back for more against Camoranesi. Swung in there and off the head of Legratalia, and Robbie Keane tries a spectacular, but the assistant and the referee indicate it's a goal kick.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking for a corner, isn't he? And Chiellini's saying, "It's not touch me." His arms are up in the air. But lovely initially from McGeady, you know, very tight, and he was just taking the mickey out of Camoranesi, wasn't he? You know, he did that a couple of times to him. It's a decent ball in, not a good header. It's very difficult to execute that.
Foul against Whelan. He's St. Legend, in fact.
Yeah, he's been penalised for use of the arm.
Oh, inevitably, it's Pirlo to take the free kick. And the tall figure of Grosso's gone into a centre-forward position. Pirlo going for the shot. Well, that wasn't in the plan, it seemed.
No, particularly Shea Given is well placed in the end. I could appreciate that if Shea Given's starting position was a little too far off his line, but he was always going to deal with it had it been low enough. Yeah, I think very, very pleased with the start Ireland made, but it's just kind of been a case of backing off and difficult to get players forward, I think, for Ireland's game. To me, Italy look as if they have another gear to find, and if they really want to find it, they could get more out of this game.
Offside flag's gone up.
I'm not sure about that.
Robbie Keane.
I think that one could be wrong. Well, that's the most difficult one for an assistant, isn't it, when it's travelling a long way? Perhaps.
Lawrence did well with a difficult ball and has got the possession back for Ireland. And now it's Kilbane. Whelan playing the additional minute that the referee's added on.
Ireland have got to use McGeady more, George, and they've got to start playing him in earlier. And he just looks a frustrated figure. A few times he's gestured for it, it's not come his way, and he's just, you know, the arms are going down a bit disconsolately.
Richard Dunn, Glenn Whelan, Sean St. Ledger, Kilbane. But there's the half-time whistle. Well, it began so brightly, the 8th minute, Glenn Whelan from the free kick by Liam Lawrence, and it was 1-0. But from the first corner of the game, Pirlo swirled it in and Camoranesi was missed for the Irish defence. So half-time at Croke Park, it's Ireland 1, Italy 1. 45 minutes against the champions of the world remain. Ireland 1, Italy 1. Going into the second half, there'll be no changes on either side. Sean St. Ledger and Kevin Kilbane on the left side of the defence. Richard Dunn and John O'Shea on the right. A defence that's leaked the goal to Mauro Camoranesi after Ireland had taken the lead. The 4th time they've lost a lead in 9 qualifying games. It's a foul. Whelan already been booked. Already missing from the game on Wednesday against Montenegro through suspension. Yeah,
McGeady will track the run back, but he's got to watch himself, Glenn Whelan.
So the first set piece of the second half is to Italy. Legratalia and Chiellini are the 2 centre halves who've joined the attack. The peerless Pirlo will pick out one of those special deliveries. Ireland have to defend this. They didn't defend well in the air against the corner. Here's Pirlo, Chiellini, 2-1. Final touch for Giaquintas. It's offside though.
And you know what? If Giaquinta doesn't get in the way, and I think it might have been headed goalwards anyway, I think it stands. But because it got the little nick on the way through, Giaquinta was in an offside position. Chiellini.
Well, that's another set piece not very well defended. Chiellini with the touch there. Ah, yeah. Offside. He didn't need to touch it, but he was interfering with play, I think you'd have to say. Right in front of Shea Given. But that's a let-off. That is a let-off. Italia doesn't like the referee's decision. Again, the problem arose with a badly defended header from a set piece. Now, what can Ireland mash? Who's up? O'Shea's up. Dunn is up. What's it going to be this time? McGeady and Lawrence. The Italian defensive line, right there you see on the 18-yard line. The referee not happy with the way things are developing in there. Richard Dunn says, what can I do? Getting bumped about by my opposite number. McGeady and Lawrence. The crowd are going to get a bit impatient. It's McGeady to swing it across. O'Shea in the back. Oh, if that into the danger zone, there might have been a touch on it.
Well, the giveaway is John O'Shea's reaction. He knows that he was in a glorious position to get good ball back across the box. That's all he should be looking to do. And it's just a weak attempt to deliver that. And Kevin Doyle has no chance. He tries to get in on it, but Buffon was always going to collect.
Andrews has been penalised here for a tackle on Palombo. A messy start to the second half. 1 point for Italy, and they are on the plane to South Africa to their 17th World Cup. Robbie Keane in there. That's a run by Zambrotta that didn't lead to anything.
Said throughout this group, George, when Damien Duff has played, or Aidan McGeady, or Stephen Hunt on occasion, get these fellas in play. Collectively, we're struggling to get out. You need that individual contribution. Okay, that's not great from him there, but at least you can hold on to it and just allow one or two more players to get up the pitch.
This is a Quinta. A good tackle by Richard Dunn ends that. Palombo. To a goal by Palombo, easily dealt with by O'Shea. Great ball for Robbie Keane to chase. Kevin Doyle in the middle. Legrataglia has gone with Keane. And he's won the corner.
Yeah, I mean, he was just waiting for Kevin Doyle to make the run near post to try and pick him out, take the corner. Brilliant play by John O'Shea. Composed to begin with, and then with that left peg, has a look up. That's a wonderful ball. Delivered that beautifully.
And Liam Lawrence will take what Robbie Keane earned. That corner off Legrataglia. So here it comes from Lawrence. Doyle at the near post, beaten by Zambrotta. Back in again it goes from Andrews. Richard Dunn up there competing. It's come out to Camoranesi. And there's Di Natale on the run. St. Ledger out of the middle and taking no chances, puts it out of play. Grosso. Pirlo. This is Zambrotta. Palombo, back to Camoranesi. Italy playing well.
They are. I mean, they know Ireland are sitting off, and they're going to have a chance to do this, and I think they'll be happy for spells just to keep it in front of the Irish defence.
Lawrence with a defensive header, but it's fallen for Grosso. But O'Shea did well there. His presence made the difference. Throw to Ireland.
Did. O'Shea got him out of jail a little bit there. Liam Lawrence wasn't the greatest attempted header.
O'Shea helped on by Lawrence. Palombo intercepting, and now Zambrotta in chase as Robbie Keane runs him down. Tries to tackle him and almost fouls him, and indeed does, because there was no advantage coming to Italy there. Pirlo. Di Natale, lovely little footwork there, but John O'Shea read it really well. O'Shea and McGeady, who's come in from that wing to try and get a bit involved in the action. And then for Kilban. Andrews helping it on. Doyle trying to get in there. It's come back through again to Kevin Kilban. Now McGeady, cracked by Camoranesi. Palombo's there too. McGeady looking for Keane.
See, I mean, even if McGeady is nowhere to go, George, I think he's got to do better when he's offloading it like that. He's got to make sure he finds another green shirt.
Lawrence with the layoff. Whelan, Lawrence, fouled by Chiellini.
Well, they've dived in a few times like that, the Italian centre-backs tonight, and again, this is a bit careless from Chiellini. That's just a reckless lunge on Liam Lawrence. He's going to want this, isn't he, after the South Africa game, Thomond Park?
Oh, yes. Well, that really announced his arrival as an international player, didn't it? And having done that, on his second appearance, he's earned his first competitive call-up for this game. He's been involved with that wonderful free kick pulled back for Whelan. And now he's got the opportunity to try to repeat Thomond Park in Croke Park. And no doubt Buffon will have seen the video, or the DVD as it is these days. McGeady's standing alongside Lawrence. Every Italian player is in the Italian penalty area. And this is very similar to what happened against South Africa, but on that occasion the wall didn't do its job, and then Andrews has put it over the top.
I mean, Lawrence is angry at himself, I think, for not getting the height on it to get it over the wall. But when it came back to Andrews, you're thinking, the thing you've got to get right now is to get over it. You've got to keep it down to have some sort of chance. And it's not close.
St. Ledger in, determination. And he's back with Chiellini. O'Shea. Andrews. Clever. And now Keane, but Legrotalia's there. It's Grosso. Against him, Kevin Doyle. It touched Doyle. Let's find Pirlo. Away from the challenge of Lawrence. Balance and vision, Andrea Pirlo. Wonderful player.
He works well with Grosso too. They find each other quite a bit, and I think Pirlo knows that he's always got a willing runner on that side, and all he has to do is look up and usually sees him.
De Rossi. Palombo. And on for Grosso. Di Natale and Iaquinta. Good tackle by Richard Dunn, and a goal kick is the outcome.
Oh, it's lovely. I mean, I don't know what he's moaning about. Maybe he's just frustrated it didn't work for him, but it's great for a defender when you get back like that and it rebounds off the attacking player and you get your goal kick. Here we go. Little ricochet, and it's worked well for Richard Dunn.
Half-time quiz question: which player has played most often for Giovanni Capitone for Ireland? And the answer is Richard Dunn, Mr. Dependability.
Well, he's been terrific. He's probably been our star player throughout this group.
It's Keith Andrews and John O'Shea.
I think John O'Shea's been excellent tonight. I would say that just then when he gave it away. Typical.
He has, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think he made a little interception very early in the game, and it seemed to just set him up.
Di Natale. Pirlo. And that's John O'Shea in the way there. And no doubt the fact that he's fastened down the right back spot at Manchester United, he's playing right back for Ireland too, it's all going to help. McGeady. Doyle through the middle, wants it played early. Grosso's there to make it open. And gets the free kick and a foul by Grosso. And the free kick has been taken. Andrews in receipts from Kilban. Swept wide towards Robbie Keane. McGeady. Out for Robbie Keane. Legrotaglia out of the middle. Robbie Keane still has it. Robbie Keane still blocked by Chiellini, and the corner saved. No, it's not. It's a corner to Ireland.
Yeah, Chiellini has done well on Robbie Keane in the end. But that's better, and I think McGeady, you know, if McGeady invites company, that's what he's got to get right. That's a lovely little ball for Robbie Keane. And when he picks himself up, between them, the centre-backs got it right, and I think Ireland happy to take this now.
And the crowd has found his voice again, and Liam Lawrence will take the corner kick. Way to the back to Richard Dunn. Straight up Buffon.
I wonder, Chiellini was the one picking him up as well, and I wonder, was the referee going to deem that a little push? But the strength of Richard Dunn pays off, but it's hard to get the power, and the angle is against him. Easy for Buffon.
Pirlo seeking the run of Iaquinta. Given has left his goal. Iaquinta coming towards Di Natale and saved by O'Shea.
Hey, well done, John O'Shea, because some defenders could have given that up thinking, well, he's not going to keep that in, Iaquinta. But that's what you've got to do. You've got to anticipate that the opposition are going to get there first, and you Quinta did very, very well. Solid.
It was a good, sound defensive header, up and away, no danger.
Very solid.
It's another corner to Italy. Third of the game, first to second half. Pirlo. Headed away by Dunn. In goes Palombo. And now Lawrence to break free. On for Robbie Keane. Whelan's on the left. And he's on his own. And Keane has spotted it. And Zambrotta's got across to deal with it. And Zambrotta's got there. No foul, but De Rossi's there to assist for Italy.
Zambrotta did well, George. Almost pulled off by Robbie Keane. Good burst from Whelan, but never quite had the legs to get there.
Pirlo. Palombo. Pirlo once more. Di Natale. Pirlo.
There's the run to them again.
Grosso. Grosso against Lawrence. And Lawrence has done well here, and Grosso has fouled him.
Well done, Liam Lawrence. He knows he's got his hands full. I mean, he must be thinking to himself, will this guy ever stop bombing forward and just give me a break? But did well then. Good and strong.
A little tug of the shirt was what the referee saw. Scored the opener against Bulgaria in Italy's last game. And they won that 2-0. Turin. And the one to come against Cyprus in Parma, where they'd never lost. Odds very short. You wouldn't get a bet on against them going to not going to South Africa. Doyle goes in there, and it's out of play for a throw to Italy.
Find it hard, isn't he, Kevin Doyle? The work rate, as usual, he's putting it in. You always get that from him. Good on a shift. And he's had little joy.
Pirlo, Andrews with him. Good play by the Irish until that moment when they gave the ball away. And Zambrotta moves forward. Richard Dunn firmly there against Di Natale. But it's Camoranesi, the goal scorer. On for Grosso. Forward for Di Natale. Grosso. Palombo. Pirlo. De Rossi. Zambrotta, Camoranesi. And McGeady should be favoured to get there first. But he's conceded the throw.
Yeah, it could have possibly been avoided. Just a little heavy touch from McGeady, put himself in trouble.
Tony O'Donoghue has news from the touchline.
Marco Tardelli has just told Leon Best to get ready. He's getting his boots on, and it looks like Kevin Doyle will be replaced.
Thank you, Tony. On the touchline with the very latest news. Glenn Whelan got there first. Pirlo find a little bit of room. Richard Dunn read that well.
Yeah, they're not exactly busting a good Italy, are they, to try and add to the goal they scored. You know, they seem to be comfortable with the possession. They seem to have an element of control in what they're doing. They're not under too much pressure at the back, and only too pushed in seeking to trouble Shay Given.
Forward by St. Ledger. Kevin Doyle against Chiellini. John O'Shea. And now Liam Lawrence flipped through for Robbie Keane. But they closed the door on him very effectively, didn't they?
Yeah, tough. He's looking to have that little turn, just rolled the defender, Robbie Keane, but there were just too many about.
Out for a throw to Ireland. Italian teams, as always, brilliantly organised in defence. Throw in again to Ireland. ball throw to Ireland.
It's all congested, it's too tight here. Just need to switch it. That's better.
Kilban. Again. De Rossi. Oh, it just wouldn't run through for Di Natale. It's Chiellini all the way across to Zambrotta. Chant goes up Ireland, Ireland, but you're just beginning to wonder with 65 minutes almost gone if Italy aren't just settling for this 1-1, or are they? Here's Quinta. Goal kick, because 1 point puts them on the plane to South Africa, and 1 point for Ireland guarantees a playoff.
Yeah, I said that to you at the start of the second half, George, that I hope it doesn't peter out into that. I think mentally both sides know their position now, and it seems to be following that route.
So Shea. Now it's Pirlo. Facing Whelan. Pirlo. De Rossi. Palombo. Pirlo again. This is We're All Right Jack football from Italy. And the Irish crowd aren't liking it one little bit. De Rossi. Grosso, De Rossi. Robbie Keane trying to get it back. You see Pirlo blocked by St. Ledger. Now Zambrotta. Camoranesi the goal scorer. Zambrotta once more. Free kick, and now the substitution. And just as happened in Thomond Park, the victory over South Africa, Kevin Doyle comes off, and Leon Best of Coventry City goes on for what will be his 4th international cap. A different type of a centre forward, much more physical.
Yeah, more powerful. Just a frustrating night for Doyle. Just nothing really went for him. Supply wasn't great, to be fair, and just found it hard.
Quinta. Camoranesi. Oh, McGeady got the better of him. Oh, that's a blatant attempt to stop him by De Rossi, and then a good tackle by Zambrotta, but the whistle is gone, and a yellow card for De Rossi. The advantage was played. Zambrotta came in with a fine tackle. There was no advantage, and it's a free kick and a yellow card for De Rossi.
I'm just laughing at De Rossi trying to get out of it with the referee saying, but Zambrotta won the ball. It was a bit late for that, because he did try to impede him. He's just pinched it off Camoranesi, who got caught, and he's away. And there's the pull, and it just did enough to get it stuck under McGeady's feet and allow Zambrotta to do that.
So an Irish free kick. We're just approaching the midpoint in the second half. Keith Andrews towards Best, and a good header by Best, and Robbie Keane against Buffon, and Buffon with a fist, and then it's Palombo, and immediately Leon Best has an impact. St. Ledger and Dunn get in a twist. O'Shea solves their problem. Andrews, Whelan, and Best pulls wide and then goes back to the middle. It's Lawrence. Lawrence's cross, and Chiellini defends it at the expense of a throw-in.
Well, he does whip a good ball in, Liam Lawrence. I mean, he didn't have much room to get that in. He did okay, whether it be dead ball or open play. Puts a good one in.
Lawrence. Robbie Keane at the back, headed away by Camoranesi, to be retrieved by McGeady. McGeady back to Andrews. Stopped by De Rossi, and it's come to Iaquinta, and Iaquinta's got it to Pirlo, and there's a break on here. Ireland shunting men back. Pirlo, Di Natale. But Pirlo once more. Di Natale's continued the run. John O'Shea takes it away from him, and he hasn't quite prevented the throw.
That's unlucky, but again, excellent defending from John O'Shea. And I think a relieved man will be Keith Andrews, because if he was a little quicker at the other end shortly before, then he could have got something in, but he just delayed it and got robbed.
Grosso back to Palombo. That might have worked.
I mean, he hit it with such force it had to be a shot, didn't it, that he just got wrong. I mean, it looked as if in the end he's trying to pick out Camoranesi, but he had no chance of getting to it.
Another change for Ireland coming. Best won that again. Martin Rowlands is down at the touchline preparing to come on, and it'll be Glenn Whelan who's coming off.
Well, I think that will probably be the change you'll see in the midfield this coming Wednesday against Montenegro. Unavailable Glenn Whelan. I think Rowlands will probably, we were speculating to that at half-time in a little chat. He's doing well for QPR. It'll be interesting to see him in these circumstances.
Yeah, one of the players who's come up through the non-league, Farnborough Town, Brentford then he played for, and now he's with Jim Magilton's team, Queen's Park Rangers. Jim Magilton, of course, the former Ipswich manager and Northern Ireland international. And QPR said to be the richest team in the football league in England.
Magilton was at Liverpool when I was there.
That came out of Andrews. It's a throw to Italy. Oh, here comes Zambrotta, and Shea Given has to save.
Good stop. I think he was always in control of it, Shea Given, but I think McGeady can do better again, George. I think he just lets him go too easily, Zambrotta. Strikes it very, very well, and it's good goalkeeping.
Pirlo, headed away by Best.
But it's that they're still looking. I mean, they scored their goal off that, and they're back at it again, looking for that little kind of run to the near post, just float one in there. And that was the Doyle position as well, and the Leon Best got that one out. That's very well struck and tidy from Given.
Well, hearts a flutter there, but all well that ends well. It's with Shea Given. We're going to join Tony again on the touchline.
Well, that substitution wasn't tactical as such. Glenn Whelan has had some attention to his right calf. He won't be involved, of course, because of that yellow card next Wednesday, but he did go off injured.
Thank you, Tony. Foul on Best.
Probably should have guessed that as well, George, because that's not an area Trapattoni does like to make changes in. I mean, he's been pretty constant, hasn't he, throughout this campaign with that position, so probably should have guessed Whelan had a knock.
O'Shea has gone up for this. Kevin Kilban to take it. Best at the back. Got a touch there with O'Shea, and in went Liam Lawrence. And got caught between Legratalia and Buffon.
Listen, I think even if he wraps his right leg round it, as he was hoping, Liam Lawrence is going to find it difficult. I think Buffon's there to get the block in. O'Shea does very, very well again just to make sure he gets something on that, but that's hard. I think the keeper probably does block it if the contact was better.
Done. Dug out by Lawrence, back to St. Ledger. On to Kilban. Towards Robbie Keane, who's holding off Legratalia. Still Keane. And he's forced a corner. That's great play by Robbie Keane.
Superb. Experience. Hold it up, just keep it alive. You might just get lucky, and he did.
Ireland's corner. It's Lawrence. Inviting. O'Shea wound up, but Buffon was the winner. Back with De Rossi. Opportunity here for Iaquinta. But not much urgency out by that corner flag. Sean St. Ledger with him. Back it goes to Grosso. And Grosso in turn for Chiellini. De Rossi. Nice shot from here. Goal kick.
Oh, why not? Because it did open up, and I said in the first half Ireland were actually more or less offering Italy to try from range on occasion, and just poorly struck.
Alberto Gilardino, Fiorentina. Not quite making his entrance yet. There'll be another substitution too. Gambarini, Bocchetti rather, the defender. So a striker and a defender coming on for Italy any minute now. That was meant for Best, but it's easy for Chiellini.
He's done most of his best work, Leon Best, defending set pieces for Ireland. I mean, he's found it very, very hard to get on the ball in attack. Maybe now.
Lawrence has played him up the line. Chiellini there. Goal kick.
Yeah, kind of resigned look, so you would think that he did get a little touch on that. Chiellini went down, I think, hoping for the free kick. Was there a little toe poke here from Best? No, got Chiellini.
And the substitutions are coming now for Italy. Grosso being replaced by Salvatore Bocchetti. He was called up for the Ireland game in Bari in April, but then he got injured. So this is his first cap in place of Grosso. He's deemed by many to be the natural successor to Cannavaro at the heart of the defence for Italy. He's just 22 years of age, and the other swap sees Gilardino go on in place of Antonio Di Natale, top scorer in Serie A. Di Natale, but played out of position wide on the left tonight. So those are the two changes, Bocchetti and Gilardino for Grosso and Di Natale.
Yeah, Bocchetti is a straight swap, as I think you alluded to, George. But Iaquinta's made way now from his striking position, the lone striker. He's come left side. Di Natale's position, and Gilardino is up front on his own.
And number 14, Salvatore Bocchetti.
Well, that was
replacing number 11, Antonio Di Natale.
Return from the Irish that gives them simply a throw-in. 70,640 in Croke Park, not quite full, but 70,000 is a big crowd in anybody's language.
Great crowd.
This is Camoranesi. And given over his head, and O'Shea to the rescue. And Lawrence just could. Oh, he's kept it in. No, he hasn't. He hasn't. Fortunately for Liam Lawrence, he didn't keep it in because Pirlo was there.
Well, how good is this from John O'Shea again? We've seen a few important, significant interventions from him tonight. Lovely little ball from Camoranesi once he got out of his feet. Very, very important touch.
Goal kick. What have we got left? 13 minutes to go. It's one apiece, and as things stand, if it stays one apiece at the finish, Italy will be off to South Africa and the finals for the 17th time. Only Brazil have been there more often, 19 World Cups, took part in them all. But Italy have been in 16 and will claim a 17th trip with a point from this, and more significantly, from our point of view, we will have a playoff guarantee. Now a change, Stephen Hunt is going to come on, Ireland's final substitution, and it's Aidan McGeady who's making way.
Well, this is Stephen Hunt's type of game. Again, like Kevin Doyle, difficult for McGeady tonight, never really happened for him.
Lawrence, Robbie Keane at the front.
I think he was just trying to get a bit of power in that Robbie Keane. Maybe the option was just a little flick on, just helping on towards the far post. Might have had a teammate on it.
It was 1-1 in Barry, secured with a late goal. It's 1-1 here at the moment, and there's time enough to get another.
Well, Stephen Hunt probably had his best performance in an Irish shirt in Barry that night, George, and hopefully you can rekindle that.
Camoranesi. Zambrotta. And it's Hunt having to try and defend it. Back to Camoranesi. And a cross that Given should deal with, and he does. Going down the middle towards Best. Legratalia won that one. Stephen Hunt goes in, and well, if Italy hadn't got the ball, it would have been a foul. Camoranesi back for the new man, Bocchetti. De Rossi. Pirlo. Camoranesi. De Rossi. Pirlo. Palombo. Legratalia. Zambrotta. Over the head of Kilbad.
Well, you're kind of thinking, you know, Lippi and Trapattoni, the rivalry there again. I mean, Lippi looks as if maybe he's just trying to liven things up and he wants a bit more, bringing Gilardino on, still hoping to pinch this. And Trapattoni hasn't given up on it either. I mean, he needed to just bring something to it, and maybe Hunt can just have a moment.
You know, they've met as managers 13 occasions, and it's 7-2 to Trapattoni with 4 draws. And one of those draws was in Barry in April when they got the point with a goal in the 88th minute by Robbie Keane. Zambrotta, Palombo, Bocchetti, Iaquinta, Palombo, and a layoff there by Gilardino and Iaquinta.
Well, it's wild, you know, and I know he's had his problems in front of goal for Italy. And once he got in that position again, you're just thinking a little bit of control on it. Make sure you get over it, don't be wild with it, and right across it.
Best against Chiellini. Best did well there. Robbie Keane being held. Advantage played, it's Hunt. Hunt. And in the way was Legratalia. And Pirlo's there to pick up the pieces. Great tackle by Keane. Oh, he's given a foul.
Come on, referee. That's a shocking decision. I mean, I think sometimes star players get the benefit from referees, but that wasn't even close. Robbie Keane works wonderfully hard to get back. I mean, is he penalised him for that? The little arm used to begin with, because that's a lovely tackle.
I thought it was perfect. Yeah. He got alongside him and then he won the ball, but no. Terje Hauge, the man who sent off Jens Lehmann in the Champions League final, made history. First player to be sent off in the Champions League or European Cup final. Penalised Robbie Keane. Leon Best. Still he battles on. Did well there, but just lost control. But, there's going to be a card for him. A challenge on De Rossi.
Yeah, he's just lunged in the end, Leon Best. He never quite had control of the ball. I mean, it's good strength for him. It's good determination, but
his first competitive yellow card, Leon Best. Gilardino losing out to Dunn. Just under 7 minutes of the regulation time to go. And there's the the announcement that indicates that the end is nigh. Stewart steering with match positions. And Gordon too. No. Played his hand. Iaquinta. Challenged by Rowlands. Iaquinta onto Zambrotta. Zambrotta for Camoranesi. Challenged by Kilban. Spurs still in play. And down he goes, and it's a free kick.
Oh, I think he just drops. I think he plays the ball and decides to go down when he has Hunt in close attention. I think he takes a chance, Camoranesi. He knows he's under pressure. That's away from. There's a little touch. There's a little touch from Hunt. I've been in that position, George, when you touch a player and there isn't enough force, nowhere near enough to knock him over, and yet they feel any sort of touch and think, right, I'm going to use that.
He's got the free kick. He's given Italy a good position, and Ireland's defending of the high ball from the set piece has not been good in this match. Pirlo once more. Oh, Given missed it. Another fabulous delivery by Pirlo.
Terrific ball by Pirlo. I mean, he caused all sorts of problems for Shay Given in trying to get there. He couldn't. Terrific delivery across. Pace and dip. Always harder for a goalkeeper when it's hit with pace. You think you can get there and then it's gone past you before you know it.
It's going to be a goal kick. The point of Pirlo, the point was made about Lippi after the disappointment of the Confederations Cup, getting the World Cup campaign back on track by going back to Juventus and basically building the team around Juventus players. He's got 6 of them in the starting lineup tonight. But of course, the thing is, he can't have a team without Milan's Pirlo, because he really is Pirlo.
Right, I mean, he's the pivot. He's the pivot of that side. Everything revolves around him. And you know, when he has the movement and a little bit of space, then he can just pick passes out all day.
It's Hunt, and Zambrotta knocks him over. Zambrotta with a challenge on Stephen Hunt. And there doesn't even appear to be a yellow card coming out for that. A cynical challenge by Gianluca Zambrotta. There you go.
He's right, Stephen Hunt. I mean, he's appealing to the referee, saying, come on, have you seen that? The arm goes right across him. But that's the little burst we were hoping for.
If it's a foul, it should be a yellow card, no doubt about it. Nothing that matters at this stage of the game. It's Zambrotta with a clean record. But this delivery is going to be by Stephen Hunt. And they've got Kilban, and they've got Best, and they've got O'Shea, and they've got Richard Dunn. Martin Rowlands is the one back minding the house. Stephen Hunt. It's there! It's Sean St. Ledger's first international goal, and what a time to get it! 87th minute, and Sean St. Ledger has put Ireland in front.
Wow. Trapattoni looks as if he might get one over on Marcello Lippi once more. And he made the substitution on the back of the changes that Lippi made. He got Hunt on, won the free kick, and delivered an absolute beauty. St. Ledger's just managed to work himself free. I think it was Gilardino who had gone back to pick him up. Doesn't stay with him, gives him a yard, and all he has to do is make sure he just gets something on it, puts it away. Who would have thought that tonight? Whelan St. Ledger scoring for Ireland. But wonderful. If this results in 3 points and another famous win over Italy, fantastic.
In 7 World Cup qualifying games in Group 8, Italy conceded 2 goals. In 2 games against Ireland, they've conceded 3. It's not over yet, but it's set up the platform. 88th minute in Bari for a point. 87th minute in Croke Park. Is it for 3 points? Italy may just have to wait till Parma on Wednesday to book their place. Oh, what a finale we got here. Chiellini trying a shot from a mile out, and it's a goal kick. Tony O'Donoghue, what's happening now?
Well, just in the lead up to that goal, Marco Tardelli told Sean St. Ledger, go back, don't go up into the area. Trapattoni overruled him. He said, go on up, genius.
Trapp is a genius. And the final substitution is made, and it's Simone Pepe, who played on the right side of midfield for Italy, and Bari in the 1-1 draw has come on to try and change it and prevent the defeat. 2 minutes to go in Croke Park, plus the stoppage time. What a finale.
I'm just thinking about Sean St. Ledger tonight, you know, nothing elaborate at the back. He's been decisive in everything he's done, no nonsense. And I mean, what a story for him.
Hunt, what a difference he made. Throw in. We know all about Italy, and the disappointment of Rome in Italia 90, avenged in Giant Stadium by Ray Houghton in 1994. Fast forward to Croke Park in 2009. Italy are the champions of the world, and we are in the final minute, and the scoreline reads Ireland 2, Italy 1. John O'Shea. Oh, a chance here for a breakout. And it's Pepe. Pepe on for Iaquinta. Iaquinta. Oh, a chance here. Oh, it's there. It had to be Gilardino. If Trapattoni's substitution works a dream, so does Marcello Lippi's. Final minute, and Italy square it.
Well, that's incredible, because John O'Shea's won it, and now he's out of position, and Italy have just broken down that flank, and it's all developed from there. Can't believe it. O'Shea's done well to get there and win it, but there's just been a big space down the right-hand side. Italy have just gone straight down the flank and exploited it. I mean, Iaquinta, I think, has done well. It's good work from last minute of the game, trying to do side, but they just sat off Gilardino enough, found him in space, and I don't think he had that much control about what he was doing, but just did enough to make sure he prodded it away from Given towards the corner, and something we weren't expecting.
Back to square one, and now we know why Italy haven't lost in their last 22 World Cup matches going back to 2004. Gilardino doesn't score too many, despite the fact that he's a striker for Italy. Third goal in 37 matches.
Well, I'm singing Trapattoni's praises for the substitution. Hunt made a difference, while Gilardino has for Lippi.
Kilban. Up goes Best. There are 3 additional minutes, by the way. 3 additional minutes, and one of them is gone. Well, it's been some match, hasn't it? But who's the Aircon man of the match?
Well, I think John O'Shea has been probably Ireland's most consistent player tonight. I think he's played very, very well.
But here comes Gilardino again. Rowlands is there, can't take it out from under his feet. No foul, but it's come out to Camoranesi, scored the first goal, won back by Stephen Hunt.
Yeah, I think he's been very, very solid tonight, John O'Shea. And he's my Aircon man of the match. I think St. Ledger almost pinched it off him with that, what we were hoping was going to be the winner. May not turn out to be that now, obviously it won't, but yeah, John O'Shea's been excellent.
Coming towards the end of the second additional minute of the 3 that have been signalled. Best on, Robbie Keane trying to get turned around there, but Chiellini did his job. But it's some night, isn't it, when Gianluigi Buffon gets beaten twice.
Yeah.
First time in this qualifying campaign. The last time they conceded like this was against Brazil in the Confederations Cup last summer. Won by Chiellini, Camoranesi, and De Rossi. Towards Iaquinta, cut out by O'Shea. Onto it comes Pepe, and he's just been fouled by Lawrence. And we're in the final half minute.
As delighted as I would have been had Ireland gone on to win it, and maybe it can still happen. I think Italy deserve something out of the match. I don't think Ireland have been good enough to outdo them overall, and I think it's probably a fair reflection in all the excitement.
Pirlo. Now there's the final whistle. Italy are in the World Cup finals. Ireland are in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think tonight, great goal from Glenn Whelan, a great start, almost a brilliant finish. I think we didn't quite have the belief in our play, and that kind of flow we've got in possession kind of let us down. We've a shortcoming in that regard. I think overall against the world champions, I think we've acquitted ourselves pretty well, both in Barry and here tonight at Croke Park. And overall, group-wise, if this point is sufficient to get us into a playoff spot, considering we came into this campaign as third seeds, I think it's well done, Giovanni Trapattoni. It hasn't been brilliant to watch. It's been effective, and nobody will remember the performances, please God, when we go into the November playoffs.
But I think that we've seen the best performance by an Irish team in the group so far tonight, and 2 goals against Italy, who'd only conceded 2 in the matches against everybody else. 7 matches, 2 against, and in the 2 matches against Ireland, 3 against.
Yeah, I mean, okay, they might point out to the fact that Cannavaro's not there. There's been a bigger issue this week about him. Maybe Lippy missed him a little bit tonight. But no, I think that Ireland have done very well. Listen, you always know that even if Ireland are going to struggle a little bit on the ball and we haven't quite got the players we'd like to affect that better for us, there's always a spirit and there's always a commitment about Ireland you get. And collectively it was there again tonight, and it almost brought greater dividends. But this is still pretty decent.
Well, we can look back on a job well done. They haven't topped the group. Italy will do that and are in the World Cup finals for the 17th time. They say you can never write off the Germans. You can never write off the Italians. 2-2 the final score. Goals in each half. Whelan and St. Ledger to Cameronese and Gilardino. They played well enough to be the world champions, but Ireland have earned themselves a playoff.